What up? Winbush here, and today I'm excited to show you guys this camera trick to easily animate cameras inside of Cinema 4D. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So as you can see right here, I'm using Cinema 4D version 26, but this trick will also work in previous versions of Cinema 4D. So if you look at my viewport here, you can see that I have several cameras already set up here. And so I have a really basic scene set up. I have like this bridge going up this hill, and it's going to this power stone, right? And so what I did was I took individual cameras and I kind of set up my hero shots. So like this is camera number 1. This is camera number 2. We're looking on the left side of the bridge. Maybe on 3, we're looking at the well a little bit more. Camera 4, we're starting to look back at the path. Camera 5, we're coming up on our power stone. And then on camera 6, we're doing like a rack focus pullback in which I changed my focal length down here. So if I click on camera 6, you can see right here I went from 36 to 15 for a super wide. And so the reason I set these cameras up is because I can actually have an animated camera go along this path and hit all those different hero cameras that I have in here. And also it will set up a spline too, so you can see the flight path of the camera. So in the end, we're basically only going to need 2 keyframes, one at the start and one at the end, to animate this camera move all through our scene. So what we want to do is select all 6 cameras, in which I'm going to select the first camera here, hold down the shift key, come down to camera 6, left click, and to make sure I have these all selected. And it's important to do it in the order of operation that you want your camera move to go. So that's why I like numbering my cameras, camera 1 through 6. And that way I know whenever I start morphing these cameras together, that it's going to go in a particular order. And then from here, I'm going to come up to create, come down to camera, and I want to use this one right here, which is the second from the bottom, called camera morph. So if I select this, you can see now we have another camera that just showed up in our objects panel, and it has a camera morph tag on it. So if I click on camera morph, you can see that it's just a normal camera. It has all of our attributes and everything, and it's actually pulling the attributes from these cameras here. So if I click on the camera morph tag here, you can see down here under source cameras, and let me pull this up so it's easier to see. Maybe let me expand this out like so. You can see that it says source mode multi-morph, and it has all of our cameras here and then the order that we need them in. So you can also select the cameras in here and move them around if you want, but it's just easier if you do it in your selection process. And so from here, I'm basically going to look through my camera, and right here where it says blend, if I just left click and drag it, you can see it's actually animating to our path there. So let's say like our scene is already 400 frames. I'm going to start on frame 0 right here where it says blend. I'm going to make a keyframe, and then I'm going to go all the way to the end, bring my blend up to 100, and make another keyframe. So this way, when I'm doing playback inside of my viewport, you can see our camera is actually going along that flight path, which is really cool. And so it's basically taking a position of all of our cameras and animating it to so. And it's even cool because like you can see right there, we're doing a rack focus pullback, which is really, really cool. So if I stop this and actually look at like my top viewport, you can see right here that we actually have a spline that goes with our camera animation. So if I play through my timeline right here, you can see the camera is actually moving along the spline, which is really cool. So let me actually go and hide these other cameras. So I'm just going to hold down the left alt key, left click, double click there so everything is red. I'm going to hide the other cameras. So now you can see the flight path that our camera goes on. So let me pull back a little bit. Let me play this through. And there we go. So it's as simple as that to get an animated camera and just do it within 2 keyframes. And not only that, we can also switch it up if we want to change up the velocity, maybe with different ease in and ease out. We could come down here to where it says Interpolation, and right now it says soft 1, and so we only have like 3 options right here. We'll have soft 1, linear, and soft 2. So let's say we're not happy with soft 1, we want to see what soft 2 looks like, and we'll just play it back, and it's going to move the camera at a different velocity pace here, depending on how many cameras and how long your timeline is, and you know, a bunch of different factors will give you different results here. But basically you can see it was a little bit wobbly in there, in which I like soft 1 better. But let me show you what linear looks like. It's pretty much like an old amusement park ride, so there's no ease in, ease out, or anything of that nature. It's all hard cuts right when we get to our camera. So if you can see it, you can see it almost moves like an amusement park ride from back in the days. in which we have no type of easing or anything in there. And so I usually like to go with soft 1. It gives me the best results, but I would suggest you go in there and play with it. And you can also, if I come over here to animation and I come down here, you can also add like easy ease in on here. So let's say easy ease there, hit H on my keyboard, show all my keyframes, maybe have easy ease on the way out. And you can also control the curve that way as well. And even if I look at my curve editor, you can see that we have control of our curves here. So we can easily manipulate some of these curves here if we really wanted to, but you do have control over some of those curves and you can manipulate this as you please. So hopefully this little camera trick helps you guys out. I know for me in particular, whenever I'm keyframing the camera, it gets a little bit wonky in there. And so the way that I like to work is set up my hero cameras in the position that I want inside of my viewport, and then just use the camera morph and let Cinema 4D work its magic. So if this did help you out, make sure you leave me a like, leave me a comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until next time, stay fresh, keep creating, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'll see you soon. Take care. What up, Winbush here.